Good morning all. This session is about the green environment, which is coming under the conservation, green environment, Greenpeace, green computing, etc. First, let's see what green environment is. And as the picture depicts, green, the color green is actually, we give the color green which symbolizes the nature, or green is the color which symbolizes the environment and nature, because leaf is green in color. That is something which is having life, looks very green in the nature. So green is a symbolic representation of environmentalism and sustainability, and it is associated the color green because color of leaf is green, so it is always associated with nature and growth. And in one side, the picture on the right side, you can see that is a picture of part of nature which is undisturbed. It seems to be undisturbed by man, which lushy green plants. Lushy green plants, the green color, you can, the main thing, another thing which you have to notice is you can find ferns. Ferns and this mosses are actually indication of less polluted areas. You cannot find fern or this moss in a polluted area. So these ferns and mosses are actually the representation of less pollution. It is an indicator of less polluted areas. On the right side, the picture shows a green environment, and on the left side, you can see a picture which is on the right half of the picture. You can see out of a tree. That side you can see a rainbow, there are trees, there are grass, etc. But on the left side, because of the Industrial Revolution, the pollution started. Then because of Industrial Revolution, people started using vehicles and pollution from vehicles. Then garbage bags, you can see, as a result of population explosion, the waste started accumulating and the greenery of nature has changed into a blackish color. Right side you can see the green phase, and on the left side you can see the dark phase, and that is known as that is the importance of green environment. So green environment means ecologically friendly or eco-friendly. Whatever man uses or whatever things is produced by man, it should go hand in hand with the nature for a sustainable existence. Then only we human beings as well as the plants, animals and nature will be happy. See, this is the both sides. I think for you this will be the apt picture with which I can explain the green environment. The right part of the face is green and left part it is dark. It shouldn't be like that. It should go hand in hand. There should be greenery always in nature for the better sustainability of human beings and all the animals. That is green environment. So green environment means eco-friendly or ecologically friendly approach in all spheres of human activity, in whatever things you do. A small thing like using water. In the morning you might have used water. Always you open the tap, leave the tap for long while taking one handful of water. Put that in that water in your mouth. While putting that water in your mouth, the tap will be open. So more than the water you hold in your hand, much water will be lost from the tap. That is what small things. You have to take care of such small things. You do not do big things to make a big difference or what. When you use a glass while washing your mouth, such small things. That is what. And approach it any sphere of human activity at any point of your activity in your daily life. You start at least from today, start using small things. This is a one small thing which I said any one of you can use. Either if you are using water from groundwater sources like this well or from public tap system, you use or close tap while you put water in your mouth. That's a simple thing. And now many people are after plastic, plastic, plastic. Not only plastic is the main issue, there are many things. Small things like reduce the use of water in such situations you can do. But you cannot reduce water at some other places. So you can save at one part, that is small things. So green environment means ecologically friendly or eco-friendly approach in any sphere of human activity. So as a whole, live in harmony with nature. Only if nature exists, we will exist. So there should be a harmony. We should live in harmony with nature. So go green. These are the common terms which we hear every now and then. There is a single way to define, that is being green or go green. And green environment, we have seen this. Look at this line. We all have, actually the nature is providing so many things for us. Like you have enough water resource, you have enough lushy green vegetation, you have fruits and vegetables, you have rain, you have water, you have wind. But just imagine, what are the things we are giving back to nature? When you take something, you have to give back also. So just imagine what we are giving back to nature. Nature gives us so many things. Nature even protecting us. We have an atmosphere which protects us for the harmful rays. We have UV rays, many things. But just imagine daily, what am I giving back to nature? A single gift for nature, small gift. That is small activities like reducing the use of water, reduce the use of plastic, or reduce the use of energy, and we will come to it, some of the things which we can do on behalf of this. That is known as green. So many things come under this green environment, and the main thing which you all are aware of this green environment is the small things which you like. You can make a small garden, you can plant a small tree, and some recently I've seen some of the students started doing like a small plant a day or small plant a week, any plant. When you plant a small, I mean, it shouldn't be a coconut tree, it shouldn't be a mango tree or anything like that. Anyone can even place a small this curry leaf in a pot. When you plant a small plant like this, what will happen? Small insects can come and lay eggs on it. Then you can at least a limited amount of carbon dioxide will be absorbed by that plant, and they will release oxygen. Now people are running behind for what? Oxygen. People are running behind for oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. And nature, just imagine, without paying money, nature is giving us lots of oxygen. Are we paying money for that? No. Simply we are getting, but on what are we paying back to nature? Nature, without paying any money, is giving us enormous amount of oxygen. But how much are we paying back to nature? That is what. Just plant small things. Reduce use of water. Plant a small tree or a small plant. Make a small garden. Garden doesn't mean 1 acre or something like that. Whatever you have in your place, with that limitations, make small things. Reduce, reuse and recycle. These are the 3 R's which is commonly adopted for preserving or conserving nature. 3R. 3R is reduce, reuse and recycle. The important thing, the small thing what we can use, adopt, the first and foremost thing each and everyone can adopt is reduce. That is what I said. Reduce the use of water, reduce the use of electricity, reduce the use of plastics. Rather than recycling it or selling it or something like that, you reduce it. That is the most easiest thing you can do. Reduce, close the tap, minimize use of water, then you switch off the lights when not in use, then use of the less power consumption consuming electronic appliances. Reduce. So reduce the usage of many things, and under that comes water management, reducing the use of. Another important thing which comes under this reduce is the reduce of food waste. We are very now we are familiar. I mean, for marriage now, because of this shutdown, lockdown, and all, there are no marriage functions, or any functions are less. That is the food waste. Reduce the use of food waste. Food waste will release large amount of methane because it is a biodegradable product. It releases large amount of methane. And this methane is actually a greenhouse. Use of water, reduce that doesn't mean that you don't eat food. Do not waste. Cut down the usage of food waste. So for so many functions like that, because the release of greenhouse gases like methane. So that will result in global warming. So that has to be reduced. Reduce use of food waste, reduce use of water, reduce use of the power consumption and energy resources, etc. That is reduce. That is each one of you can do that part, reduce, in a very effective and efficient manner wherever you stay or wherever you live. Then next R is reuse. Reuse is reusing many things. We are aware of so many things you reusing. What other things can be reused? We can reuse the water bottles, or we can reuse the shopping bags. When you use some shopping bags which can be washed and used again, you can reuse the shopping bags. Then reuse the pens with its refills. Then minimize the use of single-use items. Always minimize the use of single-use items, and use the items which can be used for a long time. And reuse actually requires the awareness and thoughtfulness about many things. And daily when you go to a place, and you are, a small example which is being explained here is also carrying a coffee mug or a teacup with you, so that you can get tea from the canteen or anywhere and drink it, rather than going for a plastic cup or a plastic paper cup. So that is reusable materials like steel. Using steel cups, steel glasses, you can reuse such things after washing it. Then recycle. The third R is recycle, and it is the important practicable means of going green, that is using biodegradable. Recycle means something which can be cycled. Only biodegradable products can be recycled. So recycling is prevents the accumulation of plastics. When you use the products that can be recycled, that will reduce the accumulation of plastics in the environment. So reduce the use of, always use products that can be recycled. Then and recycling, as I said, it's very easy, like reducing. Recycling is very simple for you to use. That is using newspapers that can be recycled, then using cardboard boxes, using paper plates, etc. That is recycling products that can be recycled. So these 3 R's are very important in green environment, to go green or to live in harmony with nature. That is reduce, reuse and recycle. Then The other things which come under this green environment is use of durable shopping bags, and people now for convenience only we are using plastic bags. As I said, a small thing, when you go to a shop and a man offers you a plastic cover, just say yes, I have a bag with me. But when you avoid that single plastic cover, that means a lot for nature. When you go to a shop, when a shopman offers you a plastic cover and you say, no thank you, I have a bag of mine. That itself is a big thing you are doing towards nature. So after this class I'll tell you, just imagine of a small plastic cover going here and there. I'll show you a video later related with a journey of a plastic bag. Like that, so when you say no to a single plastic bag, it means a lot for this nature. Then use of unbleached products will save the environment, and use of minimum packaging. That means packing foods, definitely we need to use plastic bags. In today's scenario we use, because we are having plastic, that is why we can't blame anyone, because man only invented plastic. See, that is the important thing. Whatever nature provides, the important thing which we learn from nature is whatever nature gives, it takes back. For example, a plant grows, when it dies, it is degraded and taken back by nature. An organism is coming to this nature, when it dies, it is taken back by the nature. Then a plant or microbe, whatever thing is coming to the nature, it is taken back by the nature. Never it's left like a heap on the nature, but only man-made things are accumulating or piling up in some parts of the nature, like the plastics. See, plastic or food waste are accumulating in different places on the nature, but not nature's products. So man-made things, we can't take it back. We made plastic, but we can't take it back. It's piling up in the nature only. So use minimum packaging. For this to go green, to use minimum packaging or food packets. Then use rechargeable batteries instead of buying batteries for every now and then, because if the batteries are not properly recycled, that will lead to the leaching of these toxic substances into the water bodies. Then use of shared car service. If you 5 people or 3 people are going to a same place, you can share the vehicle. I have seen some of the college students going in a scooter. If both two of them are friends, weekly one day one girl will take the scooter, next day the other one will take. So two will be there on the scooter. That means you are reducing the traffic, you are reducing the use of petrol, you are reducing the pollution, like that. So use a shared car service, use of rechargeable batteries are things which help in creating a green environment. Next is green computing. Very, very important. Green computing. Green computing, as the name signifies, it is a practice. It is actually, green computing means, it doesn't mean that you are changing the computer into a wooden laptop, or you are making a wooden laptop or wooden desktop, or jute desktop or anything like that. It's not. Green computing doesn't mean that you are changing the plastic keyboards into a wooden one. No. Green computing is a practice of wise usage of computer. കൃത്യമായി ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിനെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുക, അതാണ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ്. അല്ലാതെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിനെ മാറ്റി തടിയിലെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ jute ബാഗോ ഉള്ള കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറോ ഒന്നും ആക്കുന്നതല്ല. It is actually the wise usage of computers. It's a practice of using computing resources efficiently so that it will not create any harm to the environment. So the designing of computer, the manufacturing and the disposing of computers should not create a big problem to the environment, and reduce the use of hazardous materials, maximize the energy efficiency during the product's lifetime. And the green computing means I said the wise usage of computers in every day, because nowadays every day you and I are sitting in front of the computers or some of the electronic gadgets, but only when in use sit in front of it. Unnecessarily please do not avoid the usage of the electronic gadgets, so that you can save power. The first thing is saving power or energy or electricity. That is one point which comes under green computing. Reduce the usage of this electronic gadgets will reduce the use of power or power consumption will be less. And how can you do that? When you are not using a computer for half an hour or a 1 hour, you can put that in a sleep mode rather than putting its screensavers. If you put screensaver, the monitor will be live. The monitor utilizes maximum energy for the computer. So rather than, if you do not want to shut down a computer, put it into a sleep mode. First step, put the computer into a sleep mode, and it will only turn off the monitor. Monitor utilizes now more energy. Then, that is reduce the usage of power or electricity. This is the first thing which comes under green computing. How wisely you can use computer. Reduce the use of electricity for the computers by putting the laptops or desktops in the sleep mode. Sleep mode means switch off the monitor only. If you are not using for half an hour or 1 hour, switch off the monitor only, which saves energy. The second is, there are inside this electronic gadgets, different metals are used like lead, mercury, cadmium, and even precious metals are used inside the circuit boards, such as this silver and gold and all, very minute amount. And this lead is used in soldering of printed circuit boards. For the circuit boards, while soldering, that means the small transistors or resistors has to be fixed on the circuit boards. While that time, lead is being used. And after usage of the electronic gadgets, if you throw this electronic gadgets into nature, what happens is, these metals like lead, mercury and cadmium, usually what people does is, the electronic gadgets are used in landfilling. The used desktops or the old desktops which cannot be used further are used for landfilling. So landfilling means എന്താണ് ഭൂമി നികത്താനായിട്ട് ഇത്തരം സാധനങ്ങൾ ഇട്ടിട്ട് അതിന്റെ മേളിൽ മണ്ണിടും. So what happens when we do things like that? These metals like lead, mercury and cadmium will leach. First means it leak, and it leach when it rains, it will move to the nearby water resources, and the water resources will be polluted, and that will affect the organisms which is living in that water, the fishes or whatever it is, and ultimately it reach human beings also, and which cause the brain damage, your kidneys will be damaged, your body systems will be affected. That is that is green computing. And green computing, the things which can be done under green computing are, first one, power saving, that is turn off the computer when not in use even for half an hour. Turn off the monitor when not in use. I said turn off the monitor when not in use. Then use power saver mode. When you switch off the laptop and all, you can see a power saver mode is there. Then use the hardware or software with Energy Star label. Energy Star label, you all may be aware on this, like this, Energy Star label on your refrigerator. Most of you might have noticed, like on your refrigerator you will be having a star symbol like this, 5 star, more good. the best the best one is right. The best one is the best one is one which is having 5 stars, then 4 star. The more number of star you have, that electronic gadget will be having more efficient, or it is using less energy. So use hardware or software with the energy star label. You can write it down for your exam. Then don't print unless necessary and you are ready. When you are using printers along with the computers, better turn it off the computers when not in use. Then LCDs instead of CRTs. Then now we are all of us are using LED bulbs which consumes less power. So these are the things which come under green computing. So green means it should go in harmony with nature, that is green. Whatever things you attach in front, green means that should be happy or to be in nature, or that should be in living in harmony with nature. So computers, because all of us are using computer. So green computing means using computer wisely. How? Reduce the power consumption of these computers, reusing the parts of computers rather than going to buy a new one. Then avoid using these electronic gadgets for land filling. Then use of LCDs instead of CRTs, which are more power efficient. Next is green economy. Green economy is means economic environment, because it is economy and green means environment. So green economy means green environment. It aimed at the growth in income and employment. Economy means something related with the finance or money, like that. So it is as it results in the increased human well-being and social equity. When you are going for a green economy, it is aimed at the growth in income and employment that results in the human well-being and social equity, while significantly reducing environmental risk and ecological scarcity. That means wherever you work or what type of job you do, the job you do should be in such a way that it is going green. That is, it should be in harmony with nature. So that only will lead to the sustainable utilization of environmental resources. So that reduces the environmental risk and ecological scarcity and leads to the sustainable development of all individuals without degrading environment. So whatever work you do, the small things, I said the small things which you do should be in love with nature. Then that will result in minimizing the degradation of environment and the sustainable development. And many things, or some things which comes under green economy are usage of renewable energy. Always use renewable energy resources. Then green building, list it down please. Green building. 3. Sustainable transport. Then 4. Water management. 5. Waste management. 6. Land management. So renewable energy and green building means the building construction of the building is in such a way that a small example is, if you are constructing a building in such a way that the nature's light or natural light is coming to the room, then you can avoid some of the bulbs that will minimize the use of electricity. And that is known as a sustainable usage of resources. And another term which comes under green economy is green job. And according to UNEP or United Nations Environment Program, green job is to work in agricultural, manufacturing, research and development at whatever place, service activities that contribute substantially to preserve or restoring environmental quality. Whatever work you do, whether you are a student, whether you are a researcher, whether you are a normal person, whatever work you, whatever place you are in, that place, your actions should be in such a way that it will lead to the sustainable utilization of resources, and it should be in such a way that you are causing no harm to the nature or biodiversity. That is, reduce energy, reduce water consumption, reduce the carbon dioxide producing things, then reduce the use of transportation, so better use public transport system, or if five people are going to the same place, a single car can be used like that. Reduce the use of water and reduce pollution. This is coming under green economy. So green economy is aimed at the growth in income and employment. When the nature is conserved, what the resource at nature will grow. That is actually an income. That is what is known as green economy. It aims at the growth in income and employment, which is improving nature also. You are getting income and you are living in that place. Your action should increase the resources of environment. So environment should be rich, we should be rich. Both are rich, both are happy. That is known as green economy. You work in a place, you get money. You cause less harm to nature, that is an income for the nature. So both people are happy, both the environment is happy and you are happy. That is known as green economy. Sustainable utilization. So, next is Greenpeace. Greenpeace is a non-government, is a NGO or non-governmental organization which have over 40 countries working with it, and it have coordinating bodies in 40 countries in the world, and that is Greenpeace. And Greenpeace is mainly to nurture life. Greenpeace aims, or the goal of Greenpeace, aim or goal of Greenpeace is to nurture life on earth in all its diversity. That is, nature or environment means it is rich in diversity. So conserve the nature or nurture, allow it to grow in all its diversity. Each individual or each organism has its right to live in this environment. So that is the aim or goal of Greenpeace. So what is Greenpeace? Greenpeace is a NGO or a non-governmental organization. What is its aim? Its aims to ensure the ability of Earth to nurture life in all its diversity. Simply means preserving or nature only. So Greenpeace focus and main, actually the Greenpeace began as a Don't Make a Wave Committee was the first name of this Greenpeace, and actually it was started with the aim at it was an anti-nuclear organization which was founded in early 70s. This Greenpeace was started in 1970s, but when it was established, its aim was only to the usage of this nuclear plants like that. So it is anti-nuclear organization when it was started. Later on, it was transformed into this Greenpeace. The Greenpeace aims at protecting the primary forest. And Greenpeace emerged in the first they were involved in this nuclear this explosions or nuclear power plants, the wise usage of nuclear power plants, then underground bomb testing, these things, and they were against this nuclear experiments. Later on, it was converted to the or renamed to Greenpeace. Then Greenpeace mainly aims at, and they have so many activities throughout the world, and it is the activities or the actions of Greenpeace is in a non-violent form. They not cause any violence or something like that. Their activities are like a non-violent form. Non-violence means mainly what, like gathering in a place of environmental issue. If you have a place is having some environmental issue, you gather there, so many people gather there with the what, placards with some captions like this, save earth, go green, like that, some placards or boards, banners, that is non-violence, and they use some catchy banners, specific slogans like this. See, the one picture is like this, a man hugging a tree, and this Greenpeace aims at protecting forest. They are totally against this deforestation and degradation, and their target was zero deforestation by 2020. But deforestation cannot be brought to a zero level because man has to use plants also, but reduce the use deforestation. That was their aim. And like this picture, a man hugging a big tree, conserve it, like that. So their work is in a non-violent manner by using banners, by using slogans, or by using some like a small street play, like that, and slogans, etc., which shows, which symbolizes the reduce or making, creating awareness among people to avoid the atrocities towards nature, means to avoid the cruelty towards nature. And the main objective is to create or help the media and awareness among the people about the consequences of environmental crimes. What are the consequences of this deforestation? What are the consequences of overexploitation? What are the consequences of so many things? That is what they Greenpeace aims at, and their actions are in such a manner. And the Greenpeace say no to genetically modified organisms. They say no to nuclear experiments. They say no to the toxic waste. Toxic waste include the plastic waste too, because the burning of plastics will produce dioxins, and also always reduce the use. And the Greenpeace is the one NGO which was against some what, multinational companies like Nike, KFC, Kit Kat, McDonald's, and all, because they were having some links with the deforestation of tropical rainforest. Actually, we'll think what Nike or KFC has to do with deforestation. This is what we are not aware of, so many things which is happening around the world. So this Greenpeace, they were against this Nike. When people go against the multinational companies, we are definitely, things can be brought down. So they, Greenpeace was accused several corporations of having, like this KFC, for having links to the tropical rainforest deforestation. So say no to deforestation, so say no to plastic waste, or no to toxic waste and all that. But rather than no, I always use the term and always request my dear students to reduce. That is the thing which can use better than no, maybe reduce the usage of water, at least from today onwards, a small thing. Reduce the use of water, use a glass near your water taps, washing your mouth, then plant a small plant, not a big garden or anything like that. And you can even plant a small plant inside your room which releases oxygen or something like that. Small things you do rather than doing harm. And say no to a single plastic cover from a shopkeeper. That means a lot. So that is all. So with this I conclude today's session. So in today's session was about green environment means live in harmony with nature. Under the green environment came the green computing, green peace and green economy. Each title is important. Green computing, green peace, green environment and green economy. Thank you.